Hello friends, welcome to my channel Study Supreme. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe for skill enhancement in your career. In this video, we will discuss about the API testing and installation of Postman, and this is the first video which is related to the API testing by using Postman. Okay, before going to the Postman installation and start doing the testing, so we will just discuss about that very basic information. Discuss about that API testing and how many types of API testing are there. What is the advantage of that API testing? This is very important point before going to the using the Postman and doing the testing. So we will discuss only very basics. Not we are not going to any deep, in depth, but in coding type, like when you want to do that manual testing by using the Postman, we will learn each and every point. What is the HTTP methods, get, post, push, delete, etc. Okay, so first we have to understand about the what is API testing. Yeah, what is API? In basic term, we can say what is API. So API is the stand for application programming interface. Okay, so we can say like I will give the one example of that. Well, simple term we can say like API is the way of communications between the two program. Yeah, two layers that is called API. I can say like we'll go to the Google. Okay, suppose here we want to say like testing, you can type testing or enter. Okay, so you can say when this is a testing way of typing, that is called the request. We have to understand about the request. Okay, so request, and when after enter that enter buttons and whatever response you are getting, that is called a response. Okay, so intermediate like up when this testing is a like request, and this is a response. Intermediate is a internet is there. Okay, some API is there in between. So the API will do like API is like communicating with that two layers, like request. Your API is taking the request and giving the response to the user. That is called like intermediate work, like intermediate layer, you can say. So it is like getting the response from API. Okay, so this is called like API. In basic term, you can understand like API is the, we can say API is a way of communication between the two applications, you can say. Okay, so that is called the API. There are two types of API. Even though you can say like API serve the intermediary between different software system, allowing them to communicate interface with each other. Okay, so we can basically understand about that intermediate person is there. Okay, that we are giving the response, and someone persons giving the request, and we are getting the response to particular persons. Intermediate some person is there, that is called the API. Even you can see the Googles, and that most of the time you are understanding about the restaurant. Okay, the the crew will be there taking that order and going to the kitchens, and kitchen will again, kitchen people they are giving the food and again giving to the customer. Like they are, I mean, generally they are using this type of examples. So intermediate is that particular persons taking the request, like crew, that is called as the API. You can like in Google, most of the time we are getting this type of examples. So I can say that there are two types of API. First one is the SOAP, second one is the REST. SOAP is very old, honest. Okay, so now it's old is that no one using. Okay, okay, and we can say the simple object access protocol is there. And REST, currently in market we are using the REST API. Okay, so REST means representation state transfer. Okay, the REST have its own architecture style designing network applications. Okay, and they are using the server type of HTTP communication protocols like get, put, post, delete. header, options, page, like this type of like HTTP methods they are using. Through that, we are able to do the testings. Okay, and it is like very lightweighted and flexible to compare to the SOAP UI, SOAP AI API, sorry, SOAP API. Okay, so what will happen? We can use for the JSON and as well as the XML format. But currently, most of the companies they are creating the API in the JSON format, JavaScript object notations. We will discuss about the more about the next videos, upcoming videos, that is the JSON and XMLs. These the two format will be there generally, and what will happen API is creating the two format JSON and XML. Okay, so when we want to send the request, okay, we will request with the postman. Then at that time, what will happen? We are getting the response in JSON format, yeah, as well as the XML format. It depends on the your API is in which format. Okay, and in rest assured, just API. So this is like we are doing that validations, payloads, security testing, and authentication 1.0, 2.0, basic authentications. These things we will learn in the Postman. But now we will come to that point. What is the main advantage of the API testing? Okay. For example, your backend like API is created, but UI is not developed till now, and you want to test the applications. Okay, so through the API we are able to do. So first point is easy reduction of defects. Early reduction of defects. Where UI is not there at the time you want to check your functionality is working or not. So this is a very important, and like we can send the request, get request, post request, put request, and we can find out that oh this is the issue we are not able to create like post request we are creating the data. Okay, the response body you have to send with that like username password, so like anything is there which is related to that like user and phone number, mobile number, like this data will be there. So that one response body is updating or not. It's not updating like UI before we can find the early stage of the bugs. Reusability. So here like we can do like our code will be there. Okay, and that one after that implements of the UI also we can do the same. And performance testing, yeah, this is like very important. Okay, it will like we can say we want to do the regression testing, and it will be when we want to do like first we want to create the repo or like post and then we are getting the response from that. So you can say like interconnected with that all the request stage, and we can do the performance testing. Security testing is general because when you want to do any applications, we have some authorization should be required. Authentication authorization should be required. So some of the application if you want to log in, then its username password is required. So that one also we want to test, and we are able to do that security testing. It's working or not. It's not required the UI. Suppose we are giving any of the application we are going username, password, we are entering, then only we are get to know about that process. Okay, this is a very basic about that API. Okay, we are not going to in depth, but you can make sure about that like basic, very basic, like what is API, what is REST assured, so API, what is the advantage of that. Okay, and here we will discuss about the only REST. Okay, so now we will install that the Postman. I will give one of the API, dummy API example for the GET request. Okay, we'll go to yes, we go to the Chrome browser and the Postman download Postman for Windows. Okay, this is a, like we can say, and Postman in the two things like web window application also there as well. It is like wave also there. Whatever you want, you can do it. So this is like my as per that your system you can log in it. Okay, so here like Postman your designing is showing here, so this is your application you can download from here. Okay, this is the setup and we are going to that in download folder. We are downloading. Okay, make sure you can also download. This is a this is not paid versions. Okay, it's like free to use. You can download, you can use it. That is because of that most of the companies they are using like this. Okay, this is download one way. Okay, I will install this one and you can create your account. You can directly use in the web also. Web also is same. Okay, the sign up for free showing. You can download also. That is good. If we are doing sign up, you can use it. That is also best way. Okay, so we are installing our Postman in your local machines. Okay, my window is there, so I'm installing. Okay, you can see this is loading. Okay, I don't have any account till now, so I'm first time installing that Postman. Okay, so here you can say that the email address is required, so already login is there or not. Okay, sign up for free. Okay, and create the free accounts also, and lightweighted API is there. So make sure you have to give your mail ID, whatever mail ID you want to use it. Okay, so I will use the my mail ID. Okay, and I give my mail ID and oh, it's going to sign up. You have to create the account of that. Just a minute. Okay, first you have to create the account, then only it will be there. Okay, you can give your name. Okay, okay, you can create your account, your own account with your mail ID. Okay, I have created my account. Okay, guys. So you also create your own account with your mail ID. I've created my mail ID accounts. Now it is loading. You can see that the backside is there. You can sign it that your account directly also in web page if you have. But it's loading in the window based applications. Okay, let me log in. Yeah, we'll wait for that. It will load. Yeah, it's load. Okay, cool. So this is like our first time if we are doing like this is the coming like this way. Okay, name I can mention the our channel name, and we can mention that anything like backend developer. Okay, cool. So this is like first interface when you want to install that your Postman. This is the first interface. Okay, whatever you want to log in, you can show your login credentials. Okay, it should be that it should work always. Okay, and this is like first if you install these things, and this is like that. Okay, so we will discuss about that next video, which is related to the anything. But first, I want to show how it will be work. Okay, we can create that API, like create the collection. First, we have to create that workplace. These things we will learn in the next video. Okay, so this is a very basic related to your like Postman should be installed your machines.
Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new videos.